It's bizarre, isn't it? You know, we have a Commonwealth Games, which is supposed to be a celebration of the Commonwealth and of athletics. And instead, we get a lecture through that poem about how awful the Commonwealth has been historically, what a racist country the United Kingdom has been over the past. We had images of National Front marches and swastikas painted on walls in the 1960s and 70s in the UK. It was basically the BBC wagging its finger at the public, at the viewers who tuned in, and saying, you live in a pretty horrible, racist country. And I don't think that's the message people want or should get when they tune in to watch a bit of sport.
And Brendan, you also have an interesting take on this appearance at the opening ceremony from Tom Daley. So he was there with 35 other pride flag bearers, and the intention was to represent the 35 countries of the Commonwealth where homosexuality is still a crime. But you say this is quite ironic because for if people were against colonialism, you could argue that this is us hectoring African nations again. Explain what you mean.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the ceremony kicked off with the BBC, through that poet, telling us that the Commonwealth used to boss around lesser nations, apparently uncivilized nations. And then it ended with Tom Daley coming on, making a big spectacle of lecturing those Commonwealth nations that haven't caught up with us yet on homosexual equality. So out with the old colonialism, in with the new. You know, it used to be the Union flag that would be waved as Britain conquered foreign countries. Now it's the pride flag that is used as a flag of kind of moral conquest. So it was quite ironic that they ended up lecturing certain Commonwealth countries. The other problem, of course, with the current pride flag is that it currently includes the trans colours too. And the problem with the trans ideology is that some people who adhere to the trans ideology argue that same-sex attraction is a form of prejudice, because if you're a gay man and you refuse to have sex with a trans woman, then apparently you're a bigot. And if you're a lesbian who refuses to have sex with women with penises, apparently, according to Stonewall, that's a form of sexual racism. So the current flag doesn't even work as a defense of same-sex rights because it's been co-opted by the woke trans ideology. So I just thought there was a great deal of irony to the waving of that flag at the end of the ceremony.
And there's certainly a big division in the gay community around it. I mean, it just feels to me, Brendan, that the BBC can never just let sport be sport anymore. Everything has to be filled with a political message. And you write in your column, actually, that they excitedly reported that, unlike at the Olympics, athletes at the Commonwealth Games can use their platforms to protest against social injustice, as if that's a great thing. And we can't forget what the BBC did earlier in the Euros either, Brendan. So now they love the Lionesses. Well, just a few weeks ago, they were moaning about the fact that they were all white.
Yeah, the irony is just hysterical. You know, you had the BBC saying, oh, my God, the Lionesses are so white, it's terrible. The Guardian was saying something similar. I think the Guardian published a piece saying, you know, this team is not going to inspire girls because it's not diverse enough. I think some of those people will be eating their words now because the whole country, black, white, whatever they are absolutely thrilled by the Lionesses' win and really came together to cheer that team on. So I think the victory of the Lionesses is a real punch in the face to this kind of divisive identity politics. And the fact that the BBC and others were rushing ahead with this narrative that said the Lionesses are too white and that's somehow a problem, I think they really exposed how obsessed they are with race, whereas everyone else in the country just wants to come together, enjoy a shared national moment like that final victory, and get on with life rather than obsessing over what people look like or where they come from.